Okay, so I lost so many. It was lovely to see so many faces, especially, and really get a sense across the world. And, and what comes to mind is our commonality of being a human and the link between us all. And I don't know, it just feels like a beautiful space. So what's interesting about breath, and it really links the mind and the body. And I just want to take you back just to make it really kind of easy to understand. Imagine when you were born, and perhaps it was a traumatic birth, just perhaps. And perhaps that first breath was more of a gulp. And it was maybe more of an anxious surrounding. We pick up, babies pick up from their parents, from this atmosphere in the room. So maybe all the way from the beginning, our breath has been slightly an anxious breath. And that almost sets the norm throughout life. That breath can be slightly anxious throughout life. And I think a lot of us can realize that even if we are in a perfectly relaxed situation, we still might feel slightly anxious and wonder why.
Yeah.
So our body has started to breathe not in full capacity. And when we breathe, say, a shallow breath, it affects our hormone system. It affects our acid system, it affects our really our stress reactions in our bodies. And it's almost like the more of a compromised breath we have, the more reactive we are, because the body is it's already on high alert, shall we say, but it's physiological, it's in the body. But because we are in our bodies already high alert, we almost see things perhaps a little bit from a tunnel vision point of view. Our perception is slightly changed. But that becomes normal, so we don't quite realize it. Now, just like with the idea of introducing a positive thought, we also want to introduce a positive way of breathing. It's almost like we want to set the norm. And by having a positive and natural breath, the hormones re-regulate themselves. They become more of a relaxing, comfortable hormone setting. It becomes more of there's less acid in the body becomes more cleansed. So we become more receptive in our bodies. But that does translate to receptive mind as well. So what we're working on is the link between the mind and the body. So I just wanted to give you that background so that when I guide you through the breath, it's to help reestablish and remind the body what natural breathing is. And this is about you and you. So I hope that helps. So I'm going to hand you back to, who am I handing you back to, Tara or Will? Will.
As you can probably sense, we do things very organically here. So we just kind of see what happens, really. But yeah, so thank you, Jackie, for introducing sort of what we'll be doing with the breath. So I'll just introduce sort of how the session will go. So what we will usually do is we'll have our breathwork session, but before that, we'll have some solution-focused thoughts expertly delivered by Tara, and so some solution-focused questions to sort of set intentions or our hopes for the session, as however you'd like to call it, kind of thing. And then we will go through the session. We'll be guided by Jackie, and then what we like to do after, if you're comfortable, whether that be through chat or muting your mic, we'll have a sort of a sharing session. We'll have some sort of solution-focused reflections again, to reflect on the session and perhaps what surprised us, but we'll get there after the breathwork session. So yeah, so that's just how the session's kind of going to go. And if at any point I can help at all, feel free to send a message to me in the chat. But yeah, so I'll hand over to Tara to give us some solution-focused thoughts.
Yeah, thank you, Will and Jackie. So yeah, we were really thinking about the theme of the conference, about building hope and empowering change. And as we kind of said at the beginning, initially we wanted to thank you and to give the opportunity to thank yourselves for choosing to join us, and to take a moment to stop and to breathe. So the connection between the power of our breath and our positive intentions can empower change both individually and collectively. And that's something that we really notice and have noticed, particularly during the pandemic, from these sessions that we've been having each month. Not only the individual difference that it makes for us, but what it does collectively. So we want to invite you to think about now, what are your intentions for this session? What brought you here? And to invite you to think about, what are your hopes from this opportunity to breathe? Give this opportunity to visualize your hopes from this session, and then to breathe them was to be useful. What will be different afterwards for you today as you journey into the rest of the SF24 conference and to tomorrow and the next day? So if this opportunity to visualize your hopes from this opportunity to breathe was to be useful, what will be different afterwards for you today, tomorrow, and the next day? Okay, now I'm going to hand you over to Jackie. So we invite you to make yourselves as comfortable as possible. You want to lie down or take your glasses off or whatever, just you're going to turn your camera off, leave your camera on, whatever is most comfortable for you. Okay, and just to say, we are just so pleased that you've joined us today. Over to you, Jackie.
Okay, fantastic. So this is your session. This next 20 minutes is going to be about your inner self. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and feel. So gently, no expectation really, no agenda, no judgment, just looking, feeling into your inner space. And take your awareness into your breathing. And don't make it right or wrong. Be interested. Give yourself the space. Just be the witness of how you breathe. How deep is your breath? How much memory is associated to your breath? So we want to have the idea of accepting ourselves as we are. And for this time, this session, I want you to have the idea that everything about you is perfect. So I want you to be in a bubble of perfection, watching your breath just the way it is, your reactions, your past has shaped the way you breathe. Not making it wrong, not making it right, it's just interesting. It's your history. So in a loving way, we're going to start just giving space to our breath, to our lungs. And I'm going to invite you to place your hands on your lower abdomen. Feel the warmth of your hands. Take your awareness into the skin, into the space underneath your hands. Now as you breathe, breathe to this space in your abdomen. So gently, gently filling up this space in your abdomen as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, let it go. No effort. It's a little bit like sighing it out. So I'm going to breathe with you for a little bit. So we're going to take a breath into our abdomen, gently opening. And as we breathe out, we're going to sigh it out. And it's going to be a constant in and out, in and out, no pause, just like the sea. And get a sense that when you breathe out, you're letting go, you're releasing. You can breathe through your nose or through your mouth, whatever's comfortable and in your own tempo. But we'll breathe together for a bit. Filling up your abdomen, gently, gently. Releasing as you breathe out. Now I'm going to invite you to take your hands and place them on your chest. And this time, as you breathe in, see if you can breathe and expand gently your chest. Totally release as you breathe out. Let it go. And let go of any tensions from the day, anything that comes up really. We talked about birth and past, so any memories what come up as you breathe out, let them go. So it's safe to let go. Gently breathing into your chest and releasing, letting go. And then just relax your hands down. And as you breathe in, see if you can take the breath into your pelvis. You're almost imagining expanding your pelvic bones. And again, release any tension as you breathe out. So the out breath is making space for the in breath. And we hold a lot of tension in our pelvis and buttocks. So when you breathe out, see if you can release your buttocks. And when you breathe in, open up this space. And as you breathe out, release, relax. So like a cleansing really with out breath. Cleansing of the past. And see if you can take your attention now down to your feet. And as you breathe in, see if you can almost open the soles of your feet, the neurons. And again, as you breathe out, release the past. So getting a sense of opening. And as you're working, I want to remind you that you are perfect and you're in a bubble of perfection. So as you breathe, you're taking in this energy of love, really, of perfection. Your atmosphere, your bubble is there for you. So you're breathing in what's perfect for you. And as you breathe out, let go, release anything what's not perfect for you. So your mind is working for you. Your mind is creating this bubble for you, which you are taking into your body through your breath. And then as you breathe out, your mind is allowing the release. Taking in the peace and perfection. Release as you breathe out. Breathing in love. Release as you breathe out. Breathing in goodness. Release as you breathe out. Your bubble is your creation. As you breathe in, take in that peace, that bubble. And breathe out, release. Now you can have the idea, do you breathing in this bubble, the perfection into your heart space, healing. And as you breathe out, that healing goes out to the atmosphere around you, to the people around you, to the conference. So using your mind, breathing in perfection, breathing out perfection. Breathing in healing. Feeling that healing in your body. And then giving it out through your heart. Through your intentions. You are creating your space through your breath. Relaxing your body through each out breath. Breathing in the healing. Relaxing. Knowing you can trust this space. This is your space. Taking the breath deep into your body. Taking your awareness deeper. And just watch where the breath naturally wants to go. Relax as you breathe out. Gently expanding the inside deeper and relax as you breathe out. The face, the shoulders, the body, relaxing. And just opening that inner space for your breath. Be really interested in you and your inner space. Imagine breathing in light to your inner space and engaging with your natural inner light. And as you breathe out, again, breathing it out to your environment, to your surroundings, to the conference, to your best intentions. Using your breath to empower positivity. Drawing from your source, your mind, the light within you, and relaxing, releasing as you breathe out. This is your space. This is your life. Be interested where your breath naturally wants to go, in and out, no pause, just following your inner intelligence. Opening your heart, releasing. Feeling deeper into your light, relaxing more with each out breath. Let the breath breathe you, natural breathing. Watch where your natural breathing wants to go. opening up from within, relaxing. Opening up to your good intentions. Your inner light. Take your awareness into your truth, your light, your essence. What's important for you. Sending love to you, appreciation to you. Valuing you. Valuing life around you. The conference in thankfulness. And just gently, gently relax your breath and keep your eyes closed and just feeling your inner space. Loving your inner space. Nurturing your inner space. Then gently, gently start moving your fingers and your toes and prepare yourself to come back into the outer space and taking your light from within as you open your eyes into your outer space and into your environment. So in your own time, I'm going to invite you to open your space and come back into this conference. And if you feel comfortable, as we still are filming, feel free to put your video and your sound on, so if you like to share. And meanwhile, I'm going to hand you back to Tara and your intentions.
Thank you, Jackie.